Hi everyone, I am Rita Gilmata and this is Scoring 15. Hi everyone, welcome back to another week of Scoring 15, and this week we're starting a brand new cluster. It's a cluster dedicated to budget and resources. I think it's a very interesting one. I hope it's useful for you. Now, before starting to talk about practicalities, I want to talk about budgets transversally. Your budget also tells a story. It's part of your narrative. If your project, for example, is a project that is very strong on innovation, what are you telling about the budget that you dedicate to activities like testing and prototyping? Or, for example, if this is a project that has a lot of activities that are funded on impact dissemination campaigns, do you have enough budget for that? I know that now we have several options of budget. We have the grant based, as we always did. Now we have the lump sum, and we will dedicate a Scoring 15 episode just for that. But whatever is the case of grant of budget that you have, it needs to be coherent and it needs to tell the story. It needs to be able to identify what is the distribution of resources between partners. It needs to be able to tell if you are overspending. It's very easy to catch that one up. But it also might create some difficulties in the credibility of your proposal if you are underfunding some activities or underfunding some costs. Therefore, it should always be very important to look at the idea of the budget, the idea of the project, and have a macro perspective, and make sure that this macro perspective is aligned with what your project will do. I usually give you a strategy, which is put your budget in an Excel file and try to do some very quick charts, either a pie chart or something like that, that will allow you to understand what's the distribution between work packages, what's the distribution between partners. Of course, leaving personal costs aside, because we already know that's a separate story that we will also talk in another episode. So if you put your budget into charts, what immediate information does it give you about your project? The information that you see in the chart, is that aligned with the project you want to make? Try that out and let me know how it went. See you next week.